I'm Sean Locke, and welcome to Argumental, the show where the hottest names in comedy debate the biggest issues facing mankind. Issues like, why does WKD come in the same range of colours as Radox bath salts? but not taste as nice? At what point does friendliness become grooming? With winter drawing in, isn't it time the Pussycat Dolls covered up? Last time they were on stage, the only thing I didn't see was the cat. Because they shaved it off. And here to argue such burning issues are our teams. In the red corner, Captain Sean Walsh and his guest, Joe Brand.
I think we've won already.
Yes, we've done it.
And in the blue corner, Captain Robert Webb and his guest, Stephen K. Amos. OK, let's kick off with round one. Tonight, the subject under discussion is the NHS.
Free operations. Free plasters. Free scan round the head thing. Free x-rays. It's all free on the NHS. Everything must go to the ill people. These great deals can't be found anywhere else. But hurry while stocks last.
And the issue I want the teams to argue over is this. The NHS should be scrapped. Opposing the statement and arguing that the NHS should not be scrapped is Joe Brand.
Go on, Joe.
Well, of course the NHS should not be scrapped. And under the present government, it doesn't mean the National Health Service anymore, that acronym. It means not here soon. So be careful, everyone, because it's going to disappear. It's a great British institution. You can go in the door and get treatment for free and come out with a bonus of 2 or 3 extra illnesses you never dreamed of having. Isn't that brilliant? And who is it that actually wants to scrap the NHS? It's the bloody posh Tories, isn't it? Those bastards are quite happy to go to A&E when they need it, though, aren't they? Although I do say I do love the thought of some posh gob Tory with a silver spoon stuck up his arse, sitting next to a vomiting plumber with a plunger stuck up his. What a lovely picture. Now, people moan about the NHS. They say it's filthy. That's Thatcher's fault. She got rid of the cleaners and brought in low-cost cleaning services. I know, because when I had my first child in hospital, there was blood all over the walls and blood all over the floor. That's because my husband was pissed and we had a fight. But, you know, the parking's expensive. I know that too. I'm the driver in our family because my husband never learnt to drive, in my opinion. The NHS must not be scrapped. Nurses work on your behalf exhaustively. They shag doctors, they get pissed every night, they nick the patient's chocolates, or that may just have been me. I don't know what the other... Nurses have shitty, horrible jobs. You should admire them. We should keep the NHS. What about poor nurses that work in STD clinics? Blokes, beware. If you go to an STD clinic and they have to find out and test you, I'm telling you, what they do is they put a little metal cocktail umbrella thing up the end of your knob, they push it down as far as it'll go, and as they pull it back, it opens out and scrapes along your urethra. It's not actually a medical procedure, they just do it for a laugh. The NHS must not go, and for that very reason, I urge you to vote red, everybody.
Thank you, Joe. Supporting this statement on behalf of the blue team, it's Robert.
Look, of course the NHS should be scrapped. There are 1.3 million people who work for the NHS. I think I'm right in saying that only 2 of them are doctors. Everyone else is a manager. Even the managers have managers. Have you ever been to a theatre when somebody's really having a heart attack or something, you hear someone go, "Is there a hospital manager in the house? This man badly needs an Excel spreadsheet." Hospitals are places where you go in with tonsillitis and you come out with one arm and a fear of the dark. And when I say fear of the dark, I mean nighttime. That's not a racist taunt. Although some of those Nigerian nurses are terrifying. I won't do the impression. I thought about doing the impression, and then I thought, no, because I don't want to use up all of Stephen's career.
You're not supposed to pick on your own teammates.
I thought I'm just getting in there quickly, rather than later. But the NHS is rubbish. It's vulnerable to fads, you know, tonsils in or tonsils out, beds in the corridor or beds in the ward. Were we right the first time when we used to wash the floor? The NHS is overburdened by the stupid. In 2009, over 7,000 were admitted due to, and this is true, contact with non-powered hand tools. Now, look, I know eugenics has had a bad press. It's a dirty word. Do we really want the people who have hurt themselves so badly with screwdrivers that they need to be admitted to hospital, do we want them as part of our gene pool? Or should we just let them go? What does the NHS give us? MRSA. And in that, we're a world beater. MRSA, which stands for... So, yes, of course, let's scrap the NHS. Thank you very much. Vote blue!
Thanks, Robert. Sean, Stephen, have you got anything to say to support your
Well, I've got to take task with Joe, because if anyone here has ever been to an A&E department late at night, it's like going into the village of the damned. You walk in there and they're like, hello, what's wrong with you? I went in to get my bunion looked at. I know. He laughed at me.
You should be going to your GP for a bunion, you Herbert.
I didn't know it was a bunion.
Emergency.
I thought I had a trapped nerve.
Oh, God, you men are such
But still,
wimps.
to me, Stephen, I would just agree with Joe slightly. That bunions and that doesn't really come under the emergency.
I'm not a doctor. I didn't know. I was limping.
Really?
Yeah.
And if you scrap the NHS as well, it would mean that we'd have the system like America, which would mean you'd come in and the doctor would say, OK, I'm going to ask you a question to check if you're concussed. Do you remember your PIN number? No? Then get the hell out!
Plus, in America, if you're in an accident, the ambulance check your sort of health insurance. I've heard someone say that JFK would have survived if his health insurance was up to date. Apparently, Jackie forgot to renew it.
But if we didn't have NHS, the healthcare would be sponsored. I wouldn't want to be in a coma and tied up to a machine that was sponsored by Nike, with my family there thinking, should I pull the plug or should I not pull the plug? And on the side it just says, just do it.
Are your family quite susceptible to advertising?
What about the old people who need new hips, new knees, new joints? What are they going to do?
I think they should put all the old people on horses and send them around the Grand National course. And if they survive that, OK, you can have a new hip. Of course, I don't think I should be in charge of a big organisation like that. I tend to think too far outside the box.
Well, can I just ask you, as you're in favour of it not being scrapped, they're now called NHS Trust. Do you, hand on heart, trust the NHS in its current state?
Girlfriend?
Of course I do. Do you not, then?
Of course, I had a bunion!
So what is a bunion? It's just I don't think, is it like a cross between a bun and an onion?
Yeah, but like on your foot, man. Imagine that, a bun and an onion on your foot. Oh, what sort of horrible sandwich is that?
In theory, you can go to A&E for anything. That's the whole point of it. But the point is, you'll go in there and you'll be prepared to spend maybe a month waiting.
And it's also because there's people there that have got slightly more important illnesses than you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going, well, certainly near where I live, oh dear, someone shot his head off and there's a bloke with a bunion. Which one should we see first? I just don't know.
Yeah.
Don't discriminate.
I bet you're on a list somewhere, because they keep a list of arseholes with pathetic illnesses. It's a bloody long list as well. You're top of that, I reckon. Oh, it's the bunion bastard again.
OK, thank you all. It's time for the audience to decide who made the best case. Hold up your blue card if you agree with Robert, who thinks the NHS should be scrapped, or red cards if Joe convinced you the opposite. Please vote now. And that looks like a victory for the red team. OK, our next round is called That's a Brilliant Idea. I'll present our teams with a series of preposterous statements. They have to produce an argument in support of those statements. When I think they've made a convincing enough case, I'll press the buzzer. And we'll move on. And they must begin each argument with the words, "That's a brilliant idea." Robert and Sean, you'll play this one. OK, Robert, all children should be homeschooled.
That's a brilliant idea because that would put Michael Gove out of a job and we wouldn't have to put up with the pixie-faced little twat anymore.
Sean, when you sneeze, you should make it a start of some beatboxing.
That is a brilliant idea. Because it would mean that whoever's with you, after you finish the beatboxing, would have to go like, "Bless you, shit zoo."
Robert, car horns should be replaced by water pistols.
Oh, I think that's a brilliant idea, as long as the water fires in the driver's face. And then you'd have Jeremy Clarkson reviewing a car, getting squirted in the face, going, "I'm being squirted in the face. As a boy, I was heavily influenced by the TV presenting style of Alan Wicker. I lack the concomitant lightness of touch."
Can I just ask a question about that word, concomitant?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means accompanying, but if I'd said accompanying, you can't hit it as heavily as concomitant.
Yes.
So it wouldn't have
Nobody knows what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, well.
Sure, newsreaders should deliver all bulletins in the form of a song.
That is a brilliant idea. And the reason that is a brilliant idea is because we could get Morrissey doing the news. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Like, we're going over to the weather. If you want more news, press the red button, or I'll kill myself.
What news bulletin is it that they say, if you want more news, press the red button? And if you want more news, press the red button. I always want more news.
News 24.
Hey, guys, finish this one off on the internet.
Yeah.
Robert, everyone should have to audition for the X Factor.
That's a brilliant idea because that would include the judges of the X Factor. And we would say, Simon, your rendition of Doris Day's My Secret Love was very moving, but we found it didn't really have the emotional punch of Louis Walsh doing the hokey cokey. So you're out. In fact, you're not just out, but up yours and shit off.
Thank you. Well done, both of you. Thank you very much. So who do you think did the best job? Blue for Robert, red for Sean. Vote now. It's the blue team. So please join us after the break to find out if this man needs a hug.
I'm selling my car because this ain't my scene anymore.
We're all very different, aren't we?
Felicity?
Which is why many of us take vitamins and supplements for lots of different reasons. But how do we know what's right for us? Well, HealthSpan have over 100 trained advisors just waiting for your call to help you with free one-to-one advice. HealthSpan products come direct to you at incredibly low prices. Why would I buy from anyone else?
One way to test for sensitive teeth is to bite on an ice cube. Now here's a test I prefer. No pain. The liquid calcium protects my teeth by sealing off the exposed nerves. Bada bing, bada boom.
Arm & Hammer Enamel Pro Repair Sensitive for up to 16 weeks pain relief. Did you know over 95% of the nation's most watched TV programmes are available subscription-free and all in one place? Switch to Freeview and get over 95% of the nation's top telly Free from contracts, free from subscriptions. Freeview. How good is that?
At Wickes, we know time is valuable, so you need quality materials that won't leave you waiting around. Wickes Flexible Rapid Setting Tile Adhesive is fit for the most demanding jobs and ready to grout in just 2 hours. Try it for yourself. A flexible tile adhesive that's fast enough for the professionals. We're proud to say it's got our name on it. Wickes.
Break up with lingering food. Keep an extra white bottle pack close by and help maintain your teeth's natural whiteness.
Eat, drink, chew. Extra. Watchshop.com. There's nowhere else quite like it. Over 10,000 watches. Over 100 designer brands. All with free delivery and amazing prices. For your perfect watch or as a gift, visit watchshop.com. Sale now on.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. With those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all.
We've everything you need for the most wonderful time of the year. We're here for you this summer. The Cooperative.
With the low prices in the Summer Splash Sale at Victoria Plum, you can get the luxury look you want at the price you want. Like this shower system for just £149. This unit and basin, £129. And the tap is only £49. Perfect. Shop around, compare all the prices, and then buy your bathroom in the victoriaplum.com Summer Splash Sale. Get the bathroom you want at the price you want.
Mark Watts, you're our kind of person. Coach, physio, shoelace tire. You're a man of many talents. While your team may never win a trophy, you certainly deserve one. If anyone's giving extra, it's you, Mark. And at Halifax, we think people who give extra should get extra back from their bank. Fact is, we offer a Halifax mortgage to a first-time buyer every 3 minutes. Mark, looks like you've just gone up a league.
I'm looking for someone to share in an adventure.
Working together, oh, make it better. Working together, oh, make it better.
Who ever heard of an army being stopped by the weather?
Freezing, exhausted, depleted.
When they sleep like the dead.
Disasters that change the world. Perfect Storms starts next Thursday at 9 on Yesterday.
Ah, the quintessential British summer day. A spot of trucking, some light-hearted towing, pause for the traditional British summertime snack.
Wow.
And, of course, some outdoor pursuits. Oh, that's a heck of a start to any chap's day. Summer mornings on Dave. Weekdays from 10.
I'm buying this car to win an election.
Sullivan for Doncaster. Vote Sullivan for Doncaster. Vote Sullivan.
Welcome back to Argumental. Our next round is called Flip Flop. I'll give one member of each team a statement, which they must support until they hear this sound. At which point, they must perform a U-turn and argue against it. Then flip-flop, backwards and forwards, every time I press the buzzer. Stephen, you're going first, and I'd like to start off by arguing that one child is enough for any family.
One child is enough for every family, because I come from a big family and we had to share everything, even bath water. Yeah, I was 17 before I realised that water did not come out of the tap great. Or hairy. Mum, wait till last, what are you doing? But think about all the things you could do when you have got more than one child. In our household, we played our own sports. My older brother was a goalpost, my younger brother was a football. We used to boot him in the head. But we all know bullying is wrong. Because... Right, we're arguing. Who Who am I?
Well, if I can say it, you look like Stephen K. Amos.
Thank you. No, it's, you must... Yes, you must have more talent! I mean, think of all the people that should have just had one child, yeah? The Millibands, Jedwood. One child is all you need, yeah? And if he's ugly, tough. But if you've got more than one child, and you do have an ugly one, chuck it in the bin.
Well done, Stephen. What do you actually think? Do you think families should have more than one child, or do you think they should stick with one?
Well, to be honest, right, you know, the biggest economy in the world right now, China, not because of their technological advances, because of their one-child policy. Everything I'm wearing today, from my shoes to my pants to my suit, was made by a small Chinese child.
You made it sound like he came round your house. This little Chinese kid measured you up.
Well, actually, he did. But then people who've got lots and lots of kids, right, I think they're selfish, because what they're really doing is they're hedging their bets in case of future organ failure. How many kids have you got?
Me? I've got 3.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, but they won't... I won't take the organs off them, I don't think. They'll have tiny little kidneys. Won't fit.
Grow it in a jar.
This is a really sick conversation we're having. I'm taking kidneys off my own children. And I've only got a bunion. I think 2 is right. I think every family should have 2. That's why God invented bunk beds.
Yeah, you have the good one and the spare. You know, the first child, I've got 2. The first child called Esme, and then we called the second one Esme's friend.
I was actually invited to my child's school when she was 5 to give 95-year-olds a talk on my career as a stand-up comic. And this boy at the back put his hand up, and I went, yeah, and he said, can I ask you a question? I went, fire away, and he went, do you change colour when you go on stage? And I went, what do you mean? And he went, aren't you a stand-up chameleon?
The things they say.
The things they say.
If he hadn't been born, we might not have heard that lovely, heartwarming tale.
You say heartwarming, I say thicko.
OK, so, Joe, you're up next. I'd like you to begin by arguing everything gets better with age. Good, Rand. Thank you.
Well, obviously, I'm the right person to argue this, because I am very old indeed. Now, the thing about getting old is that people say, you know, it's a nightmare, you get put in an old people's home, you're stuck in front of the telly all day with people shoving meals in front of you. Sounds bloody brilliant to me. And, you know, it's shit being old. People ignore you when you're old because you just shuffle around wetting yourself. Not even when you're that old, let's face it. I occasionally have a time of my life down Sainsbury's doing a little psh near the frozen food counter. What am I on?
Worse with age.
Worse with age. Well, you know, old people's home...
I think you've proved your point there.
Fucking hell, where am I?
These are cameras, love.
Oh, those things. Well, obviously, they do get worse with age. You have the menopause. That's rather delightful because you have to say to your husband, can't remember the last time we had sex, and then he says, we're having it now. So... I love being old, or do I?
Yes, you do.
Yes, I bloody do. Bloody love being old. Why do I love being old? Because I don't have to make the effort anymore. When I was a model, I had to work really hard. Now I can look like a big old fat ass, and I love it. It's absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Joe. I think everything gets better with age. I think it does. And if only they could drill that message into the heads of paedophiles.
I think you should ask the audience. Don't you not think that as you get older, you learn more, you learn how to deal with things, you learn how to ignore things, and you learn how to be yourself. Would you not agree? Yeah. So things do get better with age.
Well, tits don't. Even mine aren't as perky as they once were. The grannies get better with age, don't you? You know those really young grannies you see? You think, you're rubbish as a gran, aren't you? The ones when they bend over, you can see the top of their thong.
I was up doing a gig in Hull once and drove past this house and there's a big sheet strung across the house and it says, "Happy 30th birthday, Nan."
Maybe because up north there wasn't enough money to get a long enough banner to put Nancy.
I always think it's funny when you see the grannies, also the ones who are in their sort of 50s and 60s, who wear the clothes of sort of girls who are about 16. And they, you know those girls wear this sort of pink fluffy tracksuit and it's got "juicy" written across the bum. And you see sort of grannies walking around with them and you're thinking, oh, I just don't think you're that juicy. I think they should put "dusty."
Are those pink tracksuits for women?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You want to have her with that little Chinese kid. OK, it's time for the audience to decide who flipped, who flopped. If you think Joe did the best job, hold up your red card. If you think Stephen did the best job, vote blue. Please vote now. Yeah, I think it's a victory for the blue team.
Well done, sir. That was good.
Now it's on to our live guest round, and to help us get to the heart of the next debate, welcome tonight's special guest, Dino. Right, Dino?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, all right. Obviously, Dino isn't a proper, he isn't actually a looter, because on television you're not allowed to pay criminals unless it's red or black. OK, the statement I want you to argue is this. Rioters just want a cuddle. First up to argue that rioters just want a cuddle is Sean.
You're going to smash me around the head with that bat, are you?
Not in front of everyone,
Not in front of everyone, thank you. Rioters just want to cuddle. Don't think of them as a threat. They're just children. He's not happy in himself, ladies and gentlemen. He wishes he was somebody else. And if you want proof, look at the BlackBerry messages they were all sending. The feds are coming. The feds? What the fuck are you talking about? You're from Croydon. It's the pigs, the bobbies, the old Bill. Play acting. It's what people are doing. They're play acting that they're American. He and his mates think they're 50 cent. It's 50p, you dickhead. Everyone steals things. Politicians' expenses, bankers' bonuses, everyone's stealing stuff. It's just a sort of pikey version of a banker's bonus. That's all it is. We even make films glorifying stealing, don't we? The Fast and Furious, nicking cars, Ocean's 11, robbing a bank, The Borrowers. That's all you are, is you're a little borrower. I've seen you behind my kettle. People steal stuff all the time. It's just a massive coincidence that him and his mates stole them all on the same day. Rioting and looting is just his way of venting frustration. He's not going to be able to express it in words, is he? That's not really his ting, is it? He can't read. He's not going to write a letter to the Daily Telegraph to express his dissatisfaction with the country. Dear sir, social mobility is this once proud country of ours. It's in severe decline due to generations of neglect, innit? Yours sincerely, hooded youth, innit? P.S. I need a cuddle. Well, I'm going to give you a cuddle. Come here. He's trembling. Vote red!
Thank you, Sean. Next up, and opposing Sean, it's Stephen.
Thank you. Hello, Dino. From this moment on, I'll call you Child. Sean started off there by saying that we should cuddle these young people. Now, we all know when it comes to trick or treat, if you had a knock on your door and this was out the front, Would you cuddle it? Or punch it? Remember the days, folks, when you could beat kids? Even kids that weren't your own. You'd go into a supermarket. What is that little shit doing? Oh, for goodness sake. Aisle 7. They say, folks, that you can't put a value on a good cuddle, which is why these kids didn't want one. However, a MacBook Air, there go for it. When I was growing up, young man, we had no money in our household. My parents used to teach us the hard way. I remember coming home from school saying, Mum, all these kids, right, they've got brand new trainers. Mum, I went to the market, bought me a pair of trainers for £3 called Abibas. I wore them with one stripe. Young man, in conclusion, I look at you. Look at me, child. And be honest in front of these good people. If I had £1,000 in my back pocket to offer you to buy yourself some new trainers, a new hoodie, one for going out, one for staying in, and in the other pocket, a cuddle, which one would you take?
I'm taking the money all day.
Did you hear that, folks? He takes the money. So I urge you, good people, to support me, the blue team, by saying these rioters, they don't want to cuddle.
Thank you, Stephen.
The rioters do just want to cuddle. That's why you got the sayings, like the phrases like hug a hoodie, a massage a mobster, and the new one, toss off a terrorist.
That is a new one. That is a very new one.
Yeah.
How do you think they caught Bin Laden?
I mean, some of it's complicated and some, you know, one bit isn't, you know. In the case of Croydon, I think people just saw an opportunity to set fire to Croydon and did. And I don't blame them. So I've been to Croydon. It should be burnt down.
Well, I think the way they should punish them is they have to do the total wipeout course, but they have to fill the sort of watery bit with acid. I mean, when it happened, I was like, yeah, fucking shoot them. I did. I thought, fucking shoot them. Now, I don't feel like that now, but it made me very angry. Did you not feel like that?
I felt like that about MPs who fiddle their expenses, and I feel like that about rich people who don't pay their tax.
Yeah, but I'd had quite an extreme reaction, and then since then I've tempered it down to sort of the acid total wipeout.
Well, we all know you've got a good heart, really.
Yeah, I'm just trying to solve an issue, really. Just trying to live in a better world created by me. OK, once again, the audience will decide who made the best case. Blue card for Stephen, red for Sean. Vote now. It's blue, a victory for the blue team! Which means tonight's winners are the blue team! Just trying to say thanks to tonight's guests, Joe Brown, Stephen Kamos, and to our captain, Sean Wilson on the web. Good night.
This is Dave. Next, the news quiz. Have I got news for you?
Auto Trader. Driving characters on Dave.
me.
I've got a new trick, Vic.
Garfino. Feast your eyes on my casino. Roulette, blackjack, slots. Now you play games anywhere, Vic.
You don't need a casino, Morris. We've got loads of games at Bet Victor Casino.
Foncino.
For your chance to win a car and a share of £125,000 worth of cash prizes, talk to Victor.
Stay in the know with the new Seat Ibiza Toca, featuring touchscreen portable system. All from only £9,995, including sat-nav, Bluetooth and alloy wheels. Don't miss out. Seat.
This year, get ready for 2 times the fun.
Let's shut them down. I hate when that happens.
The Smurfs.
Woo.
Ten top games for one great price. Unpack the excitement. Unleash the fun.
That was a little bit of excitement, wasn't it?
PS Vita Mega Pack. Incredible gaming, great value.
Yesterday, you were Kate and Jonathan Nutley, hard-working, weed-hating. Today, you're ocean-goers with sea legs that go all the way up. That was just a tub before you turned up. You're top 10 on the must-see list of any travel guide worth its salt. You make sparks fly. On a Virgin holiday, the early nights aren't because you've got an early start. They're because you've got mojo. Virgin Holidays. Unleash your mojo.
Atol protected.
The new range at Argos is out now, with over 30,000 products to choose from. Save £50 on this exclusive Acer 7-inch tablet, now under £100. And save £70 on this Toshiba 40-inch Full HD LED TV, now under £300. Plus, save £100 on this Canon PowerShot SX500 camera with 30 times zoom, now under £140. Argos it online, on our apps and in our new catalogue.
Locked inside the world's most famous museums, every object
This would have been the Glock of its time.
has an extraordinary tale to tell.
See a charge coming at you. The ground shook, and the wings, those spectacular wings, you knew. To receive a charge from the Hussars is death.
They could be sacrificed. They were decorated in special, rich manner to send some message to another world, to God.
Nothing in it could be read unless one broke the code.
Museum Secrets, Friday at 9, new and exclusive to yesterday.
Have I got news for you? Have I? You're watching Dave. And now, yes, have I got news for you?
Auto Trader. Driving characters on Dave.